notification thing that is supposed to notify Twitter when I go live, but it only seems to work like on a blue moon, once in a blue moon. And I wish it worked every single time. And I'm not sure why it doesn't.
It's strange.
And also my...
Sorry, I'm just logging in. In the stream 6288.
I only got 1 subscriber now, it says, unfortunately.
Something tells me it might not be that accurate.
Because it resets every month when it says the sub.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Twitch, by the way, not YouTube. What the hell's going on with the video? Why is it frozen?
I've just brought it up. Is it frozen? I can
Yeah,
see
the game
the
crashed, I think. I think the game crashed.
Oh. I can see the burst limit screen.
Yeah, I like press start and then it just went... There we go. Now let's try and beat it.
Could you share your video, please?
Oh, I thought I did that. Oh yeah, I guess I have to do it again now, so...
If you close the game, yeah.
That makes sense. Maybe after we could do some Donkey Kong or something, I don't know.
I don't really. I've barely even got the energy for this stream, to be honest. I mean, I said I would do it, so that's why I said I'm ready when you are. But I've got a crazy headache right now.
Oh, okay.
Kind of sleepy.
Well, I don't know how long this will be then.
No, it's fine. Just as long as it is. I don't mind because I'm not really playing. I'm just kind of watching. So if I want to close my eyes and smush my head.
Well, I was thinking we could, like, to start off, we could do, like, a casual, like, race, not really a race for Donkey Kong. Just so we could, like, see how it is.
Maybe. I'm kind of still not sure if I want to play the game myself first. And
Well, that's what I'm saying, like, we'd play it normally, but, like, on stream.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm not... I find that when I a lot of these times these games aren't as fun once you race them. I don't know. I mean, it's different when it's a game that I'm, like, inside out. I know kind of a lot, but it's... I don't know. Oh, no, wait! Didn't we say we were gonna try doing Zelda?
Which Zelda?
Ocarina of Time.
Oh yeah, we could do that, yeah.
Because he said I said I wasn't sure because I don't know anything about speedrunning, and you said, well, you didn't either, and I said, okay, well, whatever.
Yeah. Well, I just remember you saying you wanted to do Donkey Kong on stream, even if you didn't know about the game, because it would just
Yeah,
do
but I've been rethinking it a bit after just been rethinking it.
All right.
I think I was at the time I kind of thought that. I mean, I might still, but I don't think I should have promised it. I'm still. It's
No,
really.
it wasn't a promise. You just said it. It's like doesn't matter.
No. Well, I didn't promise, but still, I shouldn't have created that expectation, Rob. But I'm not saying no to that completely yet either. That being said, I'm just not sure. I'm having second thoughts.
Wow, just like Trunks is having second thoughts of letting Perfect Cell become perfect.
I don't know why they even bothered. Like, I feel like they should have not even bothered giving Trunks the sword in this one, because the only time that Trunks uses the sword is a battle which isn't even in this game because there's no Mecha Freezer in this. So, and that's the only time you would use the sword.
Yeah. Question: have you ever played any Kirby games?
Not extensively. I
Oh.
mean, I had a Mouse Attack or Squeak Squad on the DS.
Mass Attack, not Mouse Attack. Or maybe you
Mel
said Mouse.
yeah, I said Mouse Attack.
No, it's Mass Attack.
Is it?
Yeah. That was
No,
a
it's
really late DS game, actually.
no,
I
it's
can't remember.
Mouse Attack. It's Mouse Attack.
Huh?
Yes, it's Squeak Squad in the US, Mouse Attack in the
Oh,
UK.
yeah, but there's also a game called Kirby Mass Attack.
Ah, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I'm talking about Mouse Attack.
That must be confusing. Do you want Mass Attack or Mouse Attack?
Yeah. I don't know why they changed the name from Squeak Squad to Mouse Attack in the UK.
Yeah. Just like, why did they change the name to Adventure Wii? And Kirby's Fun Pack. That's a really dumb name.
Yeah. Honestly, the amount of I'm surprised at how many games I grew up with just have different names in the US. It got confusing.
Yeah.
Like Curry Curry Mix, straight up called The Adventures of Cookie and Cream in the US. Sheepdog and Wolf is called Looney Tunes Sheep Raider over there.
Sheep Raider, the prequel to Face Raider.
And Tomb Raider. So they did make the Cell Arena for this game. Okay.
Yeah, the frame rate is going to shit right now. I don't know why, but
I wasn't sure if that was just the the Discord screen share or not.
it's better now, so. This game honestly doesn't run that bad, even with a terrible frame rate. I don't really mind. Maybe I've just done a lot of, maybe I'm just really high right now, so.
Used to the lower frame rate in Ocarina of Time.
I really do not like, I don't, it depends really, because in like, on the, GameCube version, I don't mind Ocarina of Time at 20 FPS, but on like, PC, it's like a lot worse.
Well, because you're used to better on PC.
I guess, I don't know. Especially in like the higher frame rate option, like with the interpolation frames, it looks so jarring and junky.
Well, I have a thing where when I play a game at 60 FPS on console, I think it looks absolutely fine, but when I play a game at 60 FPS on PC, I want it to be higher. Like it feels like it's low, even though it's not.
Well, I find on PC, like, they always have like frame pacing problems. They always like dip frames for no reason.
Maybe. But, I quite like playing games above 60.
Are you playing the N64 version of Ocarina of Time or the 3DS version?
I'm playing the 3DS version.
Yeah, because that runs at a higher frame rate anyway.
Yeah, well, it's still not 60 though, it's like 30.
Yeah, but it looks pretty good for 30. When I first played Wind Waker, I thought it was 60 FPS. Wind Waker HD, I thought it was 60 FPS. Because, like, the motion blur is so good in that game.
There is a patch for Ocarina 3DS for 60 FPS, but it is a work in progress because it is a.
I heard the enemies like move twice as fast in that one, so.
No, I'd heard. Well, I think from what I've heard, it actually works somewhat functionally, the patch, but there's a few problems. Like currently, if you enter like a crawl space, you're
Did you
stuck.
see that?
What happened?
I like did a proper combo.
Oh, cool. Yeah, they should have not bothered giving Trunks the sword in this game. Or they should have actually made Mecha Frieza.
So this game is only like 3 hours long. Back in like 2008, did you think that 3 hour games are a bit short? Because nowadays you expect like a game to be like 10 hours long or more.
I mean, I think out of every Dragon Ball Z game, this is one of the shortest for sure. Like,
Yeah.
even compared to, like, Budokai 1, 2, and 3, this game is short. Like, you can unlock it's not even just that the story mode's done in 3 hours, it's that you also unlock everything, like, all the stages, all the characters.
But like, there's another thing, you know, like Sonic Generations is only 3 hours long, but people complain more about Forces being only like 2, 3 hours long. But they're both
I
very much similar lengths.
I mean, people complained about Generations, but I think Forces was worse and compounded by the fact that it's also a worse game.
Yeah.
And also, like, I think Generations. I think people when a Sonic game comes out mostly okay but not perfect, people are more willing to consider it like good because the standard, I guess, is lower. Um,
Which game is longer though? Generations or Lost World? Because I feel like Lost World is
def-
probably bigger.
definitely Lost World for sure.
But I can't beat it long. I can't beat it in a short amount of time. So I don't know.
Generations.
Yeah, I feel like it takes me longer to beat Generations as it does Lost World.
Well, you're more used to Lost World.
I guess so, yeah.
I'd say Lost World is harder as well.
You know, I don't remember any mountains being in this area in the show.
I remember there being some mountains. That's where they would look down and watch the fight from.
Yeah,
Like,
but not this many mountains. It wasn't like a hilly area.
I feel like I remember it being pretty hilly. Oh well, maybe I'm wrong. I've been wrong about a lot of things, so I'm not gonna die on that hill.
So have I.
Feel the rage. I'm seeing that the character change, the camera angle changed before the background does. I saw that.
Show me your power! And then he
I,
poops massive dump shit out.
I played Twilight Princess a little bit the other day.
On an emulator?
Yeah, well, it's my copy, but yeah, my dumped copy. It
Yeah,
was the
well,
game. It was the
still
GameCube.
emulator.
Well, no, I'm more. I don't know. I feel like emulators are kind of associated with piracy a lot.
It
I don't
shouldn't
know.
be. Because, I mean, like, Nintendo Switch Online is an emulator.
I mean, when I was a teenager, I used to. I think in my early 20s.
Nintendo is like Nintendo tries to brainwash you to thinking, oh yeah, this isn't. Our emulators are good. All other emulators are bad.
Yeah, it's a misconception that emulators are illegal. Emulators are not illegal. It's. I mean, when I was like a.
That's
There's
what
been a couple.
Nintendo wants you to think.
Well, when I was a teenager, I used to download a few ROMs, and then I didn't. And when I was in my early 20s,
Damn, that was a good combo.
I think I downloaded like Knuckles Chaotix, but I'm trying to like do it all myself. I'm not doing that anymore. I don't believe in it. It doesn't feel as exciting playing a game that you don't own. It's
I
more
mean,
cool.
I try to buy all the games I want to buy, but like,
Mm.
I'm not gonna spend £100 on a game just to play it for a couple of minutes.
I just like keeping my games backed up. That's what I've really been working on.
I don't have enough storage to do that, unfortunately.
I've got a big old
Yeah.
like 3 terabyte hard drive that I keep them all on. Like a secondary drive. That's
Speaking
like
of, I bought a new 3DS game today.
which one?
Lego Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh,
Which I already owned on the DS, but I wanted to see it in 3D. But I got it for £4 at Cash Exchange. But it was really annoying because I wanted to buy it, and the person behind the till was like, "No, you have to wait in line," even though she was like not doing anything there. And because she was for like the return center, she couldn't buy it, like sell me the game. I had to wait in line, and I had to get a taxi like 2 minutes from there.
oh. Oh yeah, but when I was playing Twilight Princess, I really felt the 30 FPS for some reason. Like
Oh
I've
really?
never really felt like that game was a low frame rate before, but I think having somehow it felt like it was really low, even though I know it was. I
There
could.
is there's a bit of frame rate limit drops in some areas in that game, like in the Farron Woods area. There's like frame rate problems.
Well, the weird thing is when I installed the HD, when I started playing with like the HD texture pack and reshade, I actually felt like somehow I felt like it was running smoother. Though I could actually, I mean, I know it wasn't, but it's maybe just something to do with, I don't know. Anyway, but I
Yeah,
like
Wind
playing.
Waker HD I think has better motion blur, so that's why it feels smoother.
Maybe.
In the Wii U graphics thingy, haha, his head fell off his body. Yeah, there's an option called Gangnam Style lighting mode. It makes it look like Gangnam Style.
I feel like I remember you saying that.
Please, the animals, save the animals. Why does he care so much about animals?
Because all life is precious to him,
But he wants to kill Goku.
except Goku.
Stay out of this, you worthless pile of junk.
This really doesn't make any sense to me. He acts like he's the best person ever. I could really not speak today.
I feel like, and isn't it Android 16's like the only sort of major sort of good guy character that sort of dies and just doesn't come back? Like nobody even tries
Yeah.
to wish him back. Like he's just gone.
Don't know why they didn't do that, because they have so many goddamn washes. Why wouldn't they do that? Yeah, Cell kills like a gajillion people, but that's fine. He kills one robot. Nah, that's too far.
One robot who he didn't even try to wish back to life. Nobody even nobody even suggested the idea.
They wish everyone back to life except him, but he's the one that they can't forgive.
Yeah.
Don't tell me you really thought that he could actually defeat me.
No, no. What's your favorite child dungeon in Ocarina of Time?
Out of the three, I mean, you
Yeah.
count like the beneath the well and stuff.
No. That's
That's
not a
like
dungeon, that's a mini dungeon.
so just like the first three.
Yeah.
It's kind of tough because I want to say probably Dodongo's Cavern, but I'm not
That's
huge
the
on.
right answer.
I gotta be honest, I'm not really huge on any of the dungeons in that game. I don't think.
Really? I think a lot of them are really good. I think my favorite is the Shadow Temple and the Forest Temple. But I also like the Water Temple, which is a controversial take, right?
I don't think Water Temple's that bad.
Honestly, people seem to really like the Spirit Temple, but I'm not a big fan of the Spirit Temple. I don't really like it that much. I find the music to be a bit creepy.
You know what? I think I do like the Shadow Temple actually. Shadow Temple's kind of cool.
And the Fire Temple was a bit annoying.
Not crazy about the Fire Temple.
I don't like how tall it goes and you can fall down and you have to go all the way up again.
It's a lot of my favorite parts of Ocarina, and I think.
And I hate that boulder section too.
I mean, my favorite parts of most like 3D Zelda games are typically just the walking around the world and exploring and like stuff like that. I prefer that more than dungeons. So actually, I like doing dungeons in 2D Zelda. I think I like that better than.
Yeah, my favorite part is just doing the dungeons and stuff and like using the items.
That's fair. I mean,
I like the unique ideas they have for the dungeons, like the architecture and stuff. It's cool.
I mean, I don't hate them.
What are you doing, you idiot? Get out of here!
Is Cell Jr. not in this game? I guess not, because that would have happened already if it was.
No, Ronald McDonald is in it instead. Oh shit, I'm gonna die! Street Fighter 6!
Now there's a bit of strangeness with Cell.
No, 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 no! No, 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 no! I was so close!
It's alright.
Damn you, Goku. I don't like your spiky hair, it's too tall. Why has he got a big hat on his head?
Who?
Cell. He wears a big hat. It's like the Burger King.
I guess it kind of is, isn't it?
So, your true form at last. Things are getting interesting.
This isn't even my final form. Who says that anyway?
He could actually do.
Probably Frieza, if I had to guess.
Yeah, maybe.
He's the one who keeps he has like 15 transformations.
How do I do the... How do I... Here we go. Here's my transformation.
I think maybe if this game had like an extra year of development time, it could have been great.
It needed just more, like, unique gameplay. Just not... Like, all the campaign is just fighting characters. It's not like an arcade mode.
Oh, I thought you meant the actual like fighting gameplay, because I think the actual fighting gameplay.
The fighting gameplay is fine. I just wish they had more unique like ideas for the story mode instead of just doing. Because that's a big problem a lot of fighting games have. It's just arcade mode fighting. It's just fighting against CPU. And I wish they had something more to it, like something that separates it from just the normal fighting.
I find a lot.
I mean, that's why I like Subspace Emissary so much. It's because like it may not be the best, but at least it's unique.
I always find that with fighting games, they tend to give them a story that's... Whenever they write a story for a fighting game, it's almost always bad. Because they have to come up with, like... Especially if it's, like, pre-established characters, because they have to constantly come up with reasons for the characters to be fighting each other. And it gets to the point where, like, the characters basically have to be jerks in order for them to justify there being a fight. And that goes for like almost any game where that's revolved around like 1v1s or whatever.
I'm fighting to get my son into college.
Well, what I mean is like in that PlayStation All Stars game, like there's like unique scenes at the end of every story mode where it's like the characters fight someone, but like for like the Ratchet and Clank versus Jack and Daxter, they basically just make it so that like one side makes like is just really mean and the other side just takes it really personally. I don't know. I feel like I can't really explain what I'm getting at, but...
Well, the biggest problem I have is that they focus most of the game on the story and not actually like the game itself. It's just like the majority of like these fighting games are just story. It's like cutscenes, then gameplay, then cutscenes, then gameplay.
Yeah, that's fine. What? Are there any fighting games that are considered to have a good story?
Brawl? Subspace Emissary?
Yeah, but I would argue that they mixed it up enough with like the platforming levels for it. But I mean like an actual fighting game. Well, I mean like
Street Fighter 2 had a pretty good story, I think.
What was that one like?
Well, it had a lot of iconic moments.
Well, I mean, but gameplay-wise, what was it? Was it just cutscenes gameplay?
Yeah, I think so, but at least the story was good.
Well, I mean, it helps, but I'm more wondering if, like, there was any game where the core gameplay is just fighting, but there was interesting stuff outside of that. That's kind of what I'm wondering.
What do you mean by interesting stuff?
Well, you're saying that it's boring if it's just cutscenes fighting, cutscenes.
Yeah, but that's why I said Subspace Emissary was pretty good at it.
Yeah, but that you could argue that the extra parts of that weren't even like fighting game stuff.
I would say it's a fighting game thing because it uses the same controls and gameplay as the main fighting. But
well, I mean, I guess, but I don't know.
But
okay.
What about a Melee with the adventure mode for that? Because like,
I mean, I guess that's. But what about like what would you suggest for a game like this, for example? What would make a story mode for a game like this more interesting for you?
just have like unique modes that use the fighting but in like a different style.
Like what?
I don't know, platformer level.
For Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah. Well, I think like the in Budokai 3 you like go around the world and stuff. That's pretty cool, right?
Yeah. Oh, okay. You know, so if in that case, well, if we'll bring that up, yeah, I will.
But that's only for like the hub world. So.
Well, I was about to say that's an example of it being good. I think, but I was.
Yeah.
But then you just said that, so never mind.
If they did that more, then it would be cool.
Well, so it depends on the fighting game. I mean, I think the Xenoverse had kind of interest. If anything, Xenoverse I found was more interesting outside of the game.
Yeah.
And I think it was when I started
Though I haven't
playing
really played it that much.
when I started doing the actual fighting is when I lost interest in Xenoverse, to be honest, because it felt just like a worse Budokai Tenkaichi. That's what it felt like, to me at least.
I just feel like fighting games are incredibly repetitive. And they're fun once in a while, but like if you just play them over and over again, they just get...
Yeah, it's weird because some people thrive on that.
I know. I just find them all too similar to me to play. A lot of them.
Depends what you're after in games at the end of it. Yes.
Well, that's why I like platformers, because I feel like platformers have like all unique levels and stuff. And they offer decent challenge.
I don't want to rain on anyone's parade. If people enjoy that, I say more power to them, but it's not for me.
Well,
I mean,
platformers? I thought
no,
you liked...
fighting games. Fighting games.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
People who are into like...
I don't care what people like, to be honest.
Like people who are just into like, I just want to play Street Fighter forever. Like, you know, more power
As
to them.
long as you're liking it because you actually like it, not just to be popular.
I mean, I feel like even if you like something, I don't know. You know, I don't even know what point I'm trying to make. Yeah, sure, that makes sense. Yeah.
I mean, people just like something like so they can make money on Twitch and stuff, and they have like just really basic opinions just to gain likes on Twitter.
I mean, a lot of the time, people giving opinions is a way to cause controversy. You'd be surprised at how much pushback some people can get.
Yeah, but some people do it on purpose, and some people genuinely think that. And most of my opinions, I genuinely actually believe.
So who does it on like purpose? What do you mean by on purpose?
I mean, they don't truly think that. They just say it as like a hyperbolic thing to drive people mad. To
Oh,
troll people.
like being a contrarian, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also hate it when you actually have a genuine opinion and then somebody calls you a contrarian for it. I mean, just because you have an actual opinion doesn't make you a contrarian. It's ridiculous. I think that word is way overused these days.
It's funny because anyone who remotely implied they weren't loving Tears of the Kingdom when it came out, they would get like murdered on the internet. But now that's becoming a bit more of a common opinion now that people weren't pleased with Tears of the Kingdom.
That's because the fight back has started.
Or maybe enough people started to feel this because launch hype really does cloud a lot of things. You really have
It's
to.
just really sad. It's just really pathetic when you say like, if you don't agree with this exact take, then you're a contrarian. It's just like,
yeah, if you don't agree with what everyone else thinks, you're a contrarian.
Exactly. You're allowed to think something that you don't agree with without being just a status thing.
Sometimes it's a case of people don't want a game to not be good, so they get angry at people who say that it's not good. Like, they don't want to admit it, they don't want to agree with that, they want people to like the thing that they like, I guess. But at the same time, it's like, you've also gotta... I mean, one thing that I think a lot of people on the internet struggle with is understanding that you can like something and still have criticisms about it. Like some people think if you like something, you've got to love...
The best part is these people that call you like contrarian for not liking Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, are like saying shit like, "Oh yeah, you people don't understand what an opinion is."
Yeah, no,
they get all defensive about opinions, but they're the ones attacking other people for having different opinions. It's just they're completely hypocritical.
People love to take the moral high ground until it's them that's in the firing zone.
Yeah.
But no, I mean
I find everybody having an opinion, but I'm also fine with saying if it's weird or something. Saying if the opinion is really doesn't make any sense.
I mean, it's weird. There's not really a one size fits all because on one hand, you've gotta, you know, you gotta respect what people think, but at the same time, you know, that doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with having genuine discussion about this stuff. I mean, if your entire basis for your argument is you're weird for thinking that, then obviously you're approaching it in bad faith. But if you actually want to have a conversation with someone and discuss why you might think they may be wrong about some things, that's
No,
just
I saw someone that said Switch. The Switch has every best game for every single game franchise. Like they said, like Mario Odyssey was the best Mario game, Breath of the Wild was the best Zelda game, Kirby Forgotten Land was the best Kirby game,
I mean, I don't actually think that's as far-fetched
and
of a
then
take.
Pikmin 4 is the best Pikmin. I think that is pretty ridiculous because like of all the games,
I don't know
not
anything about Pikmin, but I can see why some people could say Breath. I don't agree. I don't feel that way, but I could see why some people would say Breath of the Wild is their favorite Zelda. Like, I
yeah,
don't
but
think.
for all four of them, that's just so boring because they're all the newest games in the series. It's like it's
I
such a
mean,
boring take to have. To say that all four of these games are like the best ones.
I
It's like you
guess.
haven't played any other Zelda games in that franchise to say that you've only played these four games. That's what
Well,
it feels like.
I mean, I was put off Mario for a while, and Mario Odyssey was the first Mario game in a while that I really enjoyed. So I'd say Mario Odyssey might be my favorite Mario game, but I'm also not a giant Mario fan to begin with. It was Mario 64 before that.
Odyssey was like a sequel in terms, and kind of like sequel to Mario 64. It has a lot of same similar concepts. Like, I mean, there's an entire world that is basically just Mario 64.
Yeah, I just thought Odyssey was more interesting than like the 3D games and the new Super Mario Brothers. I just thought Odyssey was interesting and like I mean, sure, it's a bit maybe sure you. It's the fact that you go to a lot of very non-Mario-ish environments that makes it interesting to me because it's like it's weird, it's unique. I don't know, and I think I just
Yeah.
kind of wanted that out of Mario because I felt Mario had become pretty stale. I'm not saying every game needs to be Odyssey though. I'm just saying for Odyssey, I liked it. As for what was the other one? There was Zelda,
Breath of
Mario,
the Wild, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, and Pikmin 4.
Kirby. Oh yeah, Kirby was the other one I want to say because I haven't played it, but I watched Donkey's video and he said that it's the only Kirby game he's enjoyed so far. But
Really?
I also don't agree with all of Donkey's opinions. That's just all I'm saying. Is well, no, what he said was that he had never been huge into Kirby, but he did really like the one on the Switch. If you go,
I think Planet Robobot was probably better. I felt like the level design, like it was in 3D, but I felt the level design was a bit boring. I don't know.
uh,
It wasn't a bad game, but it wasn't like the best. Here
and
we go. English ending.
see, look, they made a model for Mecha Frieza, and he's not playable. Like it doesn't make any sense. Like they even made a model for King Cold.
Yeah, they have all these characters and they're not even in the game. They only use them for like this ending cutscene.
Like how hard could it have possibly been to do a model swap for an alternate costume for Mecha Frieza?
I kind of prefer this English version, to be honest.
See, that is just gameplay. That's not even an animation.
What do you think? Do you like the Japanese version or the English version?
I can't hear it, but oh,
I thought you
out of-
could.
no, not through Discord. I can't. I might have turned it off. Wait one sec. I think I don't really have a preference. I think they're both fine.
I don't understand why they have all these different cutscenes that aren't even in the game. Surely, if they made all these cutscenes, they should actually have them in the game.
Yeah, this whole story mode just feels really unfinished and weird. I don't know what was going on. Like, and it makes me really confused. Like, how can they have a fully like finished Mecha Frieza model and not have Mecha Frieza be playable? Like, it would. I mean, that's got to be like the easiest thing in the world to just put in the game, right?
Yeah.
The fact that they've made it, it's like, I don't know, it's just baffling.
I find it really funny that like the Vegeta that goes through the hyperbolic time chamber, he's like barely able to be like in perfect cell,
Mm.
and he thinks he has a chance against perfect cell.
Yeah.
Vegeta's just kind of pathetic, I think.
Vegeta is he's definitely more of a liability than anything else during the Cell Saga. All he ever does is get beaten up or allow other people to get beaten up.
Yeah.
The only sort of helpful thing he does is defeat Android 19.
And shoot Cell in that last second to
Yeah,
distract him.
but at the same time, Cell would have never got to the point where that needed to happen if Vegeta had just defeated him when he was his second form.
Exactly. The whole fucking saga is stupid. Like, if Piccolo was like the strongest character, he would have been like dead frame one. Because he wasn't strong enough to beat Rodent Cell.
I know. Frieza Saga is the last really solid Dragon Ball saga, in my opinion.
Yeah.
After that, like parts of the Cell Saga were cool. I'm not saying it was all terrible, but it
Yeah, it's good, some parts of it.
was. Yeah.
But I just feel like if, like, all the characters, it just felt like the plot just was, like, forcibly dragging on, even though it didn't need to be. It just felt like,
Yeah.
it just felt like, what is it called where, like,
Do you remember
well,
this in the game? Do you remember
no,
when
I
this?
don't.
It's because it never happened. So yeah, we could. Also, they got Broly's hair wrong. They straight up got Broly's hair wrong.
Yeah, I don't really know what to say, but, like, I just feel like it's bad writing. Like, they were just forcing characters to do stupid stuff to make the plot move forward. Like, it was like, it's like the opposite of plot armor. It's like plot damage.
There were so many like surprise, the plot is actually a different, the villain's actually not what you thought kind of moments in the Cell Saga as well. Like to the point where it feels obvious that like they were changing the direction of the story as they were writing it. Like
Yeah. Not as the Star Wars sequel trilogy has taught us, it is very good to have a fucking plan and not just
Yep.
go around just doing it as you go. It's a
Well, I
terrible idea.
think what happened is he had a plan, but then he kept getting criticism for the plan. Like you can't make this old guy in this.
Well, I think that's what happened with who's the guy that made The Force Awakens?
Uh,
Yeah, whoever that guy was, he had a plan for the second film, and then Ryan Johnson came in and scrapped the whole thing.
Sounds about right. I think maybe it might be like Budokai 1, where once you've beaten the story, it'll give you like extra stuff with
Yeah.
like whatever characters. Like I guess this is.
Why am I fighting myself? This didn't happen in the show.
No, no, this actually did happen. This is during the Saiyan saga when Piccolo's training. He fights his after image, but he doesn't change the color of his outfit though. That's incorrect, I think. It's like when Gohan's like out in the wild, he's like training by himself and he fights his clone.
Do you own any Dragon Ball manga?
One of the Buu Saga ones, I think like the first Dragon Ball, like a cult, sort of like a compilation of several volumes and like the first, like one of like 3 big mega books of the original Dragon Ball. And
I have the first volume, I think.
Alright. Yeah, that's all I've got though.
Kind of want to get the colored one.
I don't know why they make Piccolo's arm stretchy thing one of his like default combo moves in this. Like he does that maybe like once or twice in the
I really
whole
wish they would make like a Dragon Ball Kai, but like for the original Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
I don't even need to dodge it.
Maybe I'll watch that reanimation thing, that HD upscale that the ADB group did, AB group in France. I don't know why they don't just like Japan doesn't just like get the film and then rescan it at like HD and do that.
I've got no idea what the situation is. I know that like the audio quality on the DVDs is not the same as what was on television in Japan though.
Yeah, well, somebody like rips like audio from like CD or something from like a
TV broadcast.
yeah, from like VHS tapes, and they used that.
Well, I know that like it's that whatever they aired when the series was first airing was pretty good quality, and then what they have on the DVDs is like substantially worse.
Yeah, because they lost the master.
Yeah, that's like yeah, it's interesting that happened.
I kind of honestly think the original, like the first 13 episode, first arc is the best of Dragon Ball because it's just like the most easy to watch. It's like, there's not much fighting in it, it's just fun.
Mm.
I like the adventure more than the fighting part of it.
Well, I used to think that as well, but the first like part of GT is all adventuring, and I thought it was awful.
That's because the writing isn't that great.
Yeah, I guess that's not a fair comparison. No, I'd agree. The story arc of Dragon Ball is very easy to watch. But I don't know if it's my favorite though. I think I like the King Piccolo stuff better.
King
I
Piccolo
kinda-
was alright, yeah. But it's
I
a
kinda
bit
like
long.
the-
It goes on for a bit long, unless the filler in the anime is really bad.
Kind of like the Red Ribbon stuff.
Yeah, that's
Also,
good too.
It's kind of interesting that Tien was basically the original Vegeta, and then Piccolo was the next Vegeta. And
Well,
then
he's like the tame Vegeta, because he's not exactly evil, he's just like a bit of a dick.
Yeah.
Well, he's not trying to kill anyone, is he?
I guess that's true. I mean, he did break Yamcha's arm when he had already been defeated.
Oh well. Kind of deserved it.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah, Chaozu is evil though, pure evil, because he cheated.
sounds about right.
Cheaters are evil, pure evil.
What did Chaozu do again?
He cheated
Yeah, but like how?
by using his like telekinesis to force Krillin to stop moving, so he couldn't fight in the tournament. Which is bad. How is that fair? That's not fair.
Hmm.
But I really wish that they didn't bring fucking Pylon back, the Emperor guy. Can't remember his name, he's annoying. I really wished he just died. I don't know why they brought him back.
What, General Tao? Mercenary Tao?
No, the small guy. From the first arc.
Oh, Pilaf?
Yeah, Pilaf. Cause he like freaking let King Piccolo out of his shell. Now that was a good idea, right? And then they brought him back as a fucking baby. Kind of like a troll to all GT watchers. Like instead of Goku as a baby, we'll make him a baby instead.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then they had like the really weird love angle between Trunks and one of the.
Okay,
one of
what
the-
didn't they? Is it true that she was in like the timeline that Trunks came from?
Yeah, it doesn't
Like,
make any
how-
sense. Doesn't make any
and-
sense whatsoever.
They
Don't
don't
worry about it.
anything to like explain how that works. It just is.
Yeah, it doesn't make any fucking sense because if that was true, she would be really old. But apparently, she isn't old.
That's really bizarre.
Meet. Show me.
Pretty sure they just decided, oh, let's just have her there because they met in the movie, and then they didn't think about it at all after that. They just stopped there.
They should have used a different character, just a completely unique character.
Pant.
The whole Goku Black arc is kind of very confusing and over the top, and especially the ending is so anti. It's probably the most anticlimactic ending, the most depressing anticlimactic ending of any anime ever. Even more depressing than Gurren. Maybe not that depressing. Almost as depressing as the Gurren Lagann ending.
Never said it.
Well, if you ever watch the Future Trunks arc, you'll know what I mean. Or how awful it is. The ending.
Let's spar before we finish training.
Oh, so now I've skipped ahead a bit. Well, I thought maybe there'd be more stuff on Namek or something.
No Namek for you. Come back 1 year. Why exactly did they decide to like be Super Saiyan all the time? Like, what did that actually do?
Well, the reason they gave is that it allows them to get used to being in it without exerting themselves. I mean, I guess it works, but it doesn't really do
Well,
much.
surely they wanted to be Super Saiyan 2, which kind of defeats the whole purpose.
Well, I guess maybe the reasoning was if they can easily be in Super Saiyan 1 without breaking a sweat or just any effort at all, then they could get there more easily.
I think the whole GT movie where the Goku Jr. becomes Super Saiyan when he's like literally just nothing, he doesn't do any training whatsoever, it's just a load of bollocks.
Hmm.
And while we're at it, Goten becoming Super Saiyan is also like a load of bollocks too. What the fuck?
They just completely, you know, Goku takes Goku like forever to become Super Saiyan, and then they just make it like if you're a Saiyan, you're a Super Saiyan.
Yes.
Unless your name is Pan, I guess.
Unless you're a woman. Actually, that's not true because the characters in Super that are a woman become Super Saiyan. No, but Goku should have become Super Saiyan after Tambourine King Krillin. Makes no sense. It's a complete plot hole.
I thought he was gonna go Super Saiyan in that, you know, that Dragon Ball movie that's like a sort of a reinterpretation.
Oh, Power After Power? Yeah.
Yeah, the one with Android 8 and
Gohan's power is amazing.
yeah, like it looks like Goku's gonna turn Super Saiyan at the end.
That one has really good animation, I think. It looks amazing, I think.
Yeah.
It's probably like the best looking Dragon Ball thing ever, in my opinion.
It does have good animation, I agree.
That or like the Dragon Ball Kai opening.
Dragon Ball Kai opening's good.
Yeah.
Oh, the Cell Saga one, they clearly were trying to save money a bit.
Well, yeah, it's just like 2 frames.
One of them is like a panning shot.
Yeah.
I will never forgive you.
I think the second one of Frieza is the best one.
Yeah, I remember when Bardock and Frieza had a fight on a random barren planet.
This is meant to be space, actually. Remember when he's fighting Frieza in space? This is meant to be that.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It's like they have a space map though. Why are they using this area? Like they have a map that's like space. Like it would work. Yeah, it would work better than this. I don't know, like, it's just weird, like, even within, like, the resources that they already have in this game, it feels like they were very sloppy. Just really weird, what the hell, I'm gonna wonder what...
Maybe they lost it, maybe they rendered the space map for the ending credits and then they accidentally deleted it after.
But even that one that had, like, the hyperbolic time chamber thing in the background would have been a better fit than this. Like, it would have not made sense, but it would have made maybe more sense than
Well, I think...
not.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, then you would see the hyperbolic time chamber in it.
Yeah,
why
I don't know. I mean, I feel like... Yeah, I guess. I mean, Bardock... I don't even know why Bardock's in this game. Like, I feel like there's a few Z characters they should have added before they went for things like Bardock.
Question, why is he called Frieza?
Because it's a pun.
Of what? Of that fact that he looks like a Frieza? He doesn't look like a Frieza.
Well, Goku... Well, Bardock doesn't look like a... Oh, broccoli. No, that's not what he was. Vegeta doesn't look like a vegetable. Nappa doesn't look
He kind of
like...
does, though.
I don't think that's I don't think that was intentional, because I don't think... I don't know.
I don't even know what is Nappa meant to be.
Probably the Japanese name for something. Well, I know it's a whole Ginyu Force. I'm gonna look it up. Nappa name meaning.
Napa Valley in California. Have you seen that Vegeta talks to a religious woman, old religious grandma, and she's like, "Who's Napa? The Napa Valley in California?"
Apparently, it's like cabbage leaves or something.
I'll send you the video. It's really great.
Is it like a prank call?
Yeah, there's a guy who does like the soundboards for Vegeta, and he does like Arnie and stuff.
But yeah, Napa. Napa is like a type of cabbage leaf or something.
They did one where like Vegeta called Ocean Productions, and they had no idea what the hell was going on, even though Ocean Productions did like fucking Dragon Ball.
That's pretty funny. Frieza.
Frieza. Why do they say Fry? Why is he even called Frieza? Anyway,
That's a Americanization.
it's a bit inaccurate.
It is inaccurate. Maybe they changed a few names, like
So in Japan, do they say Saiyan or Saiyan?
they say Saiyajin.
Saiyajin.
That's why it's abbreviated as like SSJ, Super Saiyajin.
Have you seen the video SSJ8?
No.
Could be real, maybe it was real. It's a classic YouTube video.
I like Dragon Balls. Oh no, stand against fate, Bardock.
So my favourite band, or one of my favourite bands, made a song called Dragon Ball, but it has nothing to do with Dragon Ball. So I don't know why they called it Dragon Ball.
Maybe it's about a dragon having a ball. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Well, it's meant to be a reference to the show, but it doesn't really. The lyrics do not sound like the show. Nothing about monkeys or dragons. Have you read Journey to the West?
No. Have you?
What about Journey to the East?
Is that a thing?
I don't know. No, I have not read Journey to the West, but I have seen the original Dragon Ball.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. We were talking about character names. Every member of the Ginyu Force is named after like some kind of dairy product.
Yeah. Milk.
Did you know that?
No, I didn't. But I remember
Ginyu-
there was another thing that was like based on Journey to the
Never
West.
mind. I guess
but I
we're moving
can't-
on from that.
There was like another anime thing that was based on Journey to the West, but I can't remember what it is.
It's okay. I changed the subject first. It was my fault.
Damn, he died.
Oh no, Bardock die?
Z! I got Z. Why do they call it Dragon Ball Z?
Because it was supposed to be the end originally, but then it ended up becoming the main thing because the writer of Dragon Ball is really bad at planning ahead.
But surely by the time Dragon Ball Z came out, they already knew that it wasn't the end? Because they were already past the Saiyan saga?
Well, I guess not, because it wasn't Dragon Ball Z at all in the manga. It was always just
Exactly.
Dragon Ball. But apparently that is the reason why. One sec, let me get the actual. Why was DBZ called DBZ? Because the title was suggested by Toriyama because Z is the last letter of the alphabet, and he wanted to finish the series because he's running out of ideas for it. Ironically enough, the sequel series would end up producing more episodes than its predecessor.
Ah, that's interesting. But I don't understand why they would use the Z for the anime, but not for the actual manga itself.
I guess even then they didn't know that Z was gonna last as long as it did.
They should have called it Dragon Ball Shippuden.
What does that mean?
I know, that's what Naruto sequel's called, so...
Uh,
What if they make a sequel to One Piece and call it Two Piece?
One piece, two piece, red piece, blue piece. Yeah, this is silly. Like the whole story of this is like Bardock is just alive randomly, and everyone is reacting to it, but they don't explain at all how he's alive, why he's here, what he's here to do.
It's like a bit like that weird OVA they made, like in the early 2010s, called like the story of Bardock, where he just arrives on an alien planet for no reason.
Well, I think, yeah, they don't explain that, but if I had to guess, it would be something to do with the future vision he was granted. But yeah, they really could elaborate on it some more.
That was a really weird freaking episode.
I like the abridged version of it.
Yeah, that was the first abridged episode I saw, because it came out around the time I started watching it. Late 2012.
I like the abridged version of it because they made it, because I think the original wasn't that good. The original Bardock animation, I mean, so I think it was kind of easy to make fun of, I guess. Because it was already a weird animation.
You know what's the most underrated Dragon Ball thing? The commercials they used for Dragon Ball Heroes.
I used to like those, they're cool.
You owned the commercials?
I didn't own the commercial. I never said I owned them.
Oh, I thought you said you owned them.
No, I said I liked those.
Yeah, they're really cool. They made like a load of them too.
I know that whenever there would be headlines about Dragon Ball Heroes stuff, about like, oh, they're adding a new character to the arcade game, my reaction would always be, wow, that sure is exciting about that thing that I can't have anything to do with because it's all the way in Japan and I'm all the way here.
Yeah. Well, they released some on them on the 3DS, I think, and they released one on the Switch.
That was way later, though. Like, when they were first doing it for, like, ages, it was, like, a big thing in Japan, but didn't exist at all outside of Japan. It wasn't, like, a 3DS thing until way later.
Well, there is one thing, the Luigi's Mansion arcade game we can play in the UK. Depending on if you can find an arcade unit in the UK. Another Z. No, it was S. Okay.
And now I think it's probably going to be like Vegeta or so. Yep, it's Vegeta. And then it'll be Goku or something.
What does the scouter say about our subscribe level? It's 1004. When I get to 1006 subscribers, I'm gonna make a video saying, what does the scouter say about our subscriber level? It's 1006!
And everyone will ask what year you think it is.
It'll be worth it, man.
Well, if you find it funny, someone else will find it funny. That sounded a lot meaner than I meant it to sound. I was trying to sound encouraging, but I think I just sounded condescending. There's nothing wrong with
Over 9000 will never not be funny, it's iconic.
I wish I could agree with that, but that is also just my own opinion. By all means, people who find it funny should be allowed to find it funny. Don't let me ruin it.
What do you think is the oldest meme that you still find funny today, then?
Probably steamed hams, honestly.
Is that really an old meme? That seems very modern to me, like, when that became a meme.
Well, that is the oldest one. I guess the old YouTube poop stuff, maybe, like the CDI Zelda stuff.
What about I'm in your base, fucking it up? That's a good one. Or Leroy Jenkins.
Oh my god, Leroy Jenkins is like the over 9000 of World of Warcraft. It's one of those things where it's like you hear everyone quote it, but everyone who actually plays the game is tired of hearing it, or anyway. It's basically the same thing. They actually put it in the game as well.
Well, the thing about over 9000 is people used to say it a lot, but nobody really says it that much anymore. It's kind of like...
Well, it's because it's dead.
It is dead, yes. That's why I can say it, and you don't Die.
No, you can say whatever you want. You don't need to answer to me. But you could go make like lol random XD raw epic bacon jokes for all I care. Like
Oh, bacon. Yeah, I love bacon. What about all your base are belong to us?
I never really got that, to be honest.
It's just bad dialogue, basically. That's the joke.
No, it's from I know it's isn't it from like that poorly translated game? I don't know. I think I
It's
just
from a PC game from like the late 90s.
I
It was
don't
one of
think
the earliest memes ever.
I don't really know if I ever found it funny per se, but I don't necessarily think it annoyed me either.
Well, at least we can agree that CDI Zelda is still funny.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say it's probably CDI Zelda. But to be fair, I feel like even now I still see like new YouTube poops that are kind of funny. Like I think it's because there's still ways to. I don't know. I just like CDI Zelda. Oh, I'm looking forward to RZ and the Jewel of Pharamir.
Yeah, that's gonna be great.
That's cool that they got the actual CDI voice actors as well.
Yeah, Zelda's voice is like no lie, pretty damn good.
The Link voice doing the narration sounds pretty much the same as well.
Yeah. I wish they got Morshu back though, because that's not even a Zelda character. They could just get Morshu in again.
Probably still owned by. It's probably still. And it's a little bit like how even though they didn't include any Disney stuff in Smash Brothers, they probably still had to go through a lot of like licensing loopholes to get.
I guess so, yeah.
Like the only.
But I mean, like Morshu and Sora is kind of a weird.
I'm saying it might
kind
be a
of a big
similar
difference.
situation where, like, even though he's not being used, Nintendo might still technically own him, just because they're not using him. Doesn't. I mean, I don't actually know if anyone owns Morshu.
Morshu is a free man.
I mean, I would imagine he's owned by Nintendo, but
Yeah, that's so
I
funny.
would
Morshu.
doesn't covet him very tightly, and I'm sure
That's his. That's their most cherished IP, Morshu. They're gonna make a Morshu game on the Switch.
I hope they do. All these farming games, and all these like, oh, here's a simulate life game. Why don't they make a game where you play as Morshu and you have to run a shop and you have to sell lamp oil and rope and bombs?
Yeah, that'd be so cool.
Make a shop managing game where you have to try and extort people for rupees.
Be like Animal Crossing.
I genuinely wonder, like, I genuinely believe if they polled, like, at the very least, the English-speaking, like, Zelda fandom and said, like, hey, what would you rather have, a game based off Tingle or a game based off Morshu? I guarantee Morshu would win.
You're probably right, yeah.
I saw in that CDI Zelda, like, remaster thing that you sent me, I saw that there's perhaps, it seems like there's, like, a secret cheat or unlockable mode to play as the King Harkonnen.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he's, like, mega OP.
I remember playing Wind Waker and thinking, like, he was in the game. Like, in the picture. You know, in the picture on Hyrule Castle.
Yeah. I mean, it's technically him, because they're both, like, the King of Hyrule, so it could, in theory, be the same character.
Yeah, but which one likes dinner more?
Definitely the CDI one.
So, I think I'll let you live. Come fight me again when you're stronger.
There's gonna be, like, Hotel Mario stuff in the new game. Oh, is that?
Yeah, I did see that in the trailer, I noticed that.
Have you seen, like, that Brazilian Mario mod that, like, has, like, every single Mario game, like, remastered? And, like,
Yes,
New Super Mario Bros. Wii?
I believe this is, like, the third time we've talked about it. And
Yeah, but it's just so great. It's like they, like, fucking, like, made Hotel Mario in the New Super Mario Bros. Wii engine.
I remember you sent me the video for it as well.
So great.
Or you told me to look it up, and I did. I forget which one. But no, that did look interesting. It was a hack for Mario Wii, right?
Yeah, it's like New Super Mario Bros. Wii, but, like, all the Mario games ever. Like, every single one ever made. Mario, like, Mario's Missing is in there.
Oh, that's right, yeah. We're definitely due for a new Donkey Kong game. I'm waiting on the new Donkey Kong game.
I wouldn't mind them doing like a Donkey Kong game like the original arcade, the original Game Boy game. But not
No,
with minis. No minis this time. The minis kind of suck, I think. They're
no, I
really
just
annoying.
want like a new 3D Donkey Kong game. Well, I say just like that's. I don't know, like a 3D platformer, like a Donkey Kong 64, but like with better controls and stuff like that. Because I don't think the foundation for Donkey
I don't
Kong
even know which character I'm playing as.
You're playing as Bardock.
Okay.
Because I think the foundation of Donkey Kong 64 was good. There's just a lot of awful things in that game that really hold it back, that really didn't need to be there. Like, it's like psychotic. This kind of stuff that you have to do in that game.
Why don't they make it a 2D and 3D game like Sonic Generations?
A lot of Sonic fans are actually pretty sick of the games where 3D Sonic goes 2D.
Yeah, but I'm saying for like Donkey Kong, not for Sonic.
Yeah, maybe for Donkey Kong it could work. I don't think they've ever... I mean, I guess they've done it a little bit in Mario, because there are some parts where you kind of goes 2D, but it's like not real 2D. You know what I mean?
Mario Odyssey.
Yeah, well, not, yeah, but not even just like Mario Odyssey, but yeah, Mario Odyssey as well. But even in like 3D World, you occasionally
Yeah,
come
true.
like little points where it's like, well, it doesn't really become 2D, but you're like on a 2D plane, so you may as well be 2D. I mean, they could do it. It would be interesting if they could find a way to make Donkey Kong in 3D control more like the way he does in 2D. Like, you know, he moves faster and he can roll. Because, well, I know he can do that in 64, but he was also really slow and sluggish. I don't know, everything in that game was slow. So slow. Ubisoft randomly tweeted out a video of Rayman Free the other day.
Maybe a remaster
Well,
on
it
the
was weird 'cause,
PS5.
it was like a trivia thing. Like, they was like, hey, did you know that in Rayman Free, if you walk up to the sleepy birds, you get a bunch of points? But, like, it's like, why? Are you... you don't... It's like, they don't even acknowledge Rayman on his, like, anniversaries. But then they're suddenly acknowledging... They're suddenly telling us Rayman Free trivia? It's like, what are you doing? Are you... It's like, I'll almost be more upset if they're not I'll be more upset if they're not teasing a Rayman thing at this point, because it's like, you know, you don't just... You better be acknowledging him for good reason, or so help me, there's nothing I can do, because apparently me wanting Rayman doesn't mean anything. But still, I'm very annoyed by the lack of Rayman in the world right now, but I'm very much hoping that's going to change. But if it doesn't, there ain't nothing I can do about it. That's the lame thing.
Yeah. Be cool if we got Rayman 4 one day. Like a 3D Rayman 4.
Yeah, then Murphy could finally stop being held accountable for that.
Yeah.
Act like nothing happened.
Like, imagine if they mixed, like, Rayman 3 and 2 together and made, like, one game.
I mean, Rayman 3 already used the Rayman 2 engine, I believe.
Yeah, but in, like, terms of, like, styles, they have, like, unique stuff in Rayman 3 that isn't in Rayman 2.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, that's kind of what they did with the GBA one, isn't it?
Look how strong you've become.
No, because the gameplay in Rayman, the GPA one is 2D.
Yeah, but I mean, like, the art style and stuff.
We'll fight again someday.
Because the
I don't
gameplay
know.
between Rayman 2 and 3 is already pretty similar.
Well, they have, like, different gameplay ideas. Like, they have, like, the upgrade stuff in Rayman 3. Like, the
I
different
mean, it's just
abilities.
a different flavor of the same thing, but I guess I get it.
And they have that shoe game. And they have, like, the point system, the combo system.
Yeah, but the core gameplay loop is more or less the same. You run, you jump, you helicopter, you punch. You get from the beginning to the end.
Or whatever.
Little cages on the side. I'm thinking like the core game is the same game. There's just a few nuances that make it different. Like, there's no lums in Rayman 3. There's no like transformations in Rayman 2, etc.
Well, let's say they have Rayman 3, the gameplay of Rayman 3 of all that shit, but then they also bring back like collectibles in the levels and make them bigger, the levels bigger.
I guess that'd be cool. I mean, really, I think Rayman 3 would be. I would have liked Rayman 3 better if. Because collecting things in Rayman 3 feels like a waste of time, kind of.
Yeah.
Because, like, all you get are the mini games. Whereas in Rayman Revolution, there's like a ton of stuff you can get from getting LUMs. Not just like 100% completion, but like you can unlock new power-ups and stuff like that. I don't know. Yes, sorry, I don't know why I'm not answering you properly. But yes, I do think that would be really cool. Yeah, why? Look, Brawly's hair is green on his picture, but it's yellow in the game.
They couldn't render the green. They couldn't render green in this game.
Yeah, there's no green on the screen at all right now.
They didn't know how to render the color green.
Yeah, it's not like you're in the middle of like a grassy forest or anything. They also accidentally gave Krillin real eyes. Sorry, I know my tail can move. Okay. Yeah, Brawly is... Did they redo
Oh,
Brawly?
come on!
So I know they did the Dragon Ball Super movie with like Brawly and stuff. Did they redo Brawly's backstory to make it actually like interesting, or is it still stupid?
So, like, he was taken to like a planet as a baby with his dad. Then, like, Frieza finds him and brings him to Earth to fight Goku.
Oh, so Frieza is alive. Okay, so this is Frieza still being alive after Dragon Ball Super, right?
Yeah.
I kind of figured that would be the case. I guess that makes sense. I mean, do they explain why Brawly hates Goku so much, or is that not
Because
so much?
Frieza tells him, "Guy, you wanna fight guy."
Oh, because in the Z movies, it was weird. Like he had such a personal hatred for Goku, but it was literally just because Goku kept crying as a baby. It's like that's the stupidest. Like they should have made it. It's such a dumb motivation for a character. I don't know.
Yeah, he doesn't do that in the film. He doesn't like.
Yeah,
be
go
a-
scream Kakarot and go crazy.
Yeah, he doesn't get annoyed because he cries a baby in the new movie, or the relatively new movie. It's not that new anymore. Yeah, you should watch it. It's pretty good.
I've heard it's good.
Saw it in View Leicester Square, I think, or one of the City Worlds. Because I went to the premiere, the London premiere for it, and they had all the stars there. No, they didn't have all the stars there.
Yeah, they really do just reuse these animations to the point where they just lose all
Kakarot,
intrigue.
son, why do you have weird hair?
You could lessen. Proud of yourself as a Saiyan.
Brawly's hair is not green, and that makes me slightly bothered, but I don't really care that much either.
I saw
Yeah.
Wind Waker and it was like £45 at CEX today. I was like, not
Which
buying that.
version?
The Platinum version.
Oh, on the GameCube, right?
Yeah. And then they also had Pokemon Colosseum for £45. Everything is so expensive there.
Colosseum. Colosseum's a good game. I do like the little effect.
He's green now. He's green now.
He's got a green aura, but he's still got yellow hair. Which, if anything, just makes it weirder that he's got yellow hair. I do like the way the screen kind of warps with like that green effect when he does his blast. It's kind of cool.
I like it when I punch him in the gut. But I can't. I'm not able to do it right now. There we go. I punch him in the gut.
Well, you punched him in the head and somehow it hit him in the gut.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Above his head. It's almost like Brawly is bigger than they designed most of the characters around. And didn't...
I actually don't know how to do this part of the game. I don't understand how it is.
Just mash A, B, X, Y. Just like
no,
that.
I mean like how to activate it for me to fight.
Oh, I see. I don't remember, it's been too long.
Oh, come on! I got one fucking thing left!
Yeah.
No! Ah! That was so lame! Ah! I don't care who you are. I'll feed my radishes.
Brawly.
There we go.
Remember how they have Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta and Dragon Ball Raging Blast?
Yeah, no. Because I never played that game.
Well, they hyped it. Well, they added Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, and it was like, oh, it's hyped. It's an exclusive thing only in this game. Vegeta finally goes Super Saiyan 3 instead of just 1, 2, and 4. I mean, I guess he would be. He would have been strong enough to become 3 if he ever became 4. They had Super Saiyan 3 Brawly as well.
That's cool. Can you not do that, please, game?
I think it's kind of cool when they add what if like transformations and fusions and stuff. Like in Budokai 2. They had Goku, Mr. Satan.
Have you played Dragon Ball Fusions on the 3DS where they have like all these weird...
No, I haven't. Is that what that game is?
Yeah, you just like have random characters do fusions and everything.
Do they actually all have like unique designs and stuff?
Yeah, I think so.
That's kind of cool. I've heard of the game Dragon Ball Fusions, but I don't really know what it is. They also have Tien and Yamcha fusion. Tiencha.
Yeah, I think so.
No, they did in Budokai 2.
Oh.
But only Budokai 2, not in Budokai 3.
Yay, Gohan's dead. Hooray. That's great. So glad he's dead.
Yeah, he'll die in the Buu Saga. Everybody dies except Mr. Satan. He's the only character who never dies.
Does he actually die in the Buu Saga? I don't remember that.
Mr. Satan doesn't. Gohan does.
When?
When Buu blows up the Earth. Pretty much everybody dies. pretty much every character who had a death count of 0 gets a death count of at least 1 by the end of Z.
It looks like another insect.
Blows up. When does he blow up the Earth?
When he becomes Kid Buu.
So you finally
But
showed
where are they fighting then? If he blows up the
They
Earth?
fight him on the Supreme Kai world.
I'm the devil himself.
Oh. That saga was so confusing. I have no idea what happened. It went on for so long.
But then, for some reason, Goku saves Mr. Satan instead of everyone else. And because of that, Gohan and Goten and Trunks, they all die.
Thingy. Frieza blows up the world in Resurrection F as well.
Yeah, but that was before. I guess. Yeah. But that also gets reversed. I don't know.
But technically it creates a new timeline when he does reverse it, so...
Oh, I did not know that. Well, I guess it makes sense, given the established time travel rules in Dragon Ball. I think Krillin is the one who has the highest death count by the end of, like, all of it.
He does like 4 times.
Well, he dies once in the original Dragon Ball.
Then again in the original Frieza saga, then he dies in Z.
He dies twice in Z. And he dies in GT, I believe.
Yeah. Don't think he dies in Super, I'm not sure. I mean, I guess he does die in the, Resurrection F.
Yeah.
But yeah, before he blows up the Earth, basically everybody dies when Super Buu does that death thing, where he like shoots a lot of lasers down and kills everyone.
Yeah. But then a few other when Boo later blow up the Earth, a few characters who are left behind.
It seemed to be pretty easy to dodge those lasers, because you can see like Tien dodging them pretty easily. They weren't very effective.
Yeah, this is interesting how Tien manages to dodge them, and then nobody else does.
Even Chaozu was able to dodge them.
Yeah, looks kind of bad on every other every other like sort of fighting character, really.
Even the farmer was able to dodge them.
That's true.
It looks like another
Question, like, you know in like GT, where all the enemies come back, all the bad guys come back for no fucking reason whatsoever, because he left. Why is Nappa so evil? Why is Nappa still evil? Like, surely he, like, responds to Vegeta and stuff.
I guess they didn't want to... I don't know.
You would have thought, like, if Vegeta was, like, on the other side, he would just go to the other side anyway. Nappa would also go to the other side.
I did see the clip where Vegeta murders Nappa again. That is a little bit like, they clearly just didn't know what to do with Nappa, so they thought, oh, let's just make him stupid.
It was a really stupid arc, to be honest. It was like, let's have every single bad character ever just come back, but they're incredibly weak and they don't really do much other than just like be evil and stuff, and they just like blow up.
I never actually saw it, I just know of it.
Yeah, but like we have all these incredibly powerful characters coming back, like Cell and shit, but they don't really do anything. You'd think if Cell came back, he would just blow up the entire planet like instantly. But no, they don't seem to do much.
Sorry. What's your favorite of the Dragon Ball Z movies?
I've never seen any of them other than the new ones. I guess Battle of Gods.
Never seen any of the ones from like the actual current DBZ, like when it was current. I mean.
Yeah.
All right, so you haven't seen like
No.
forget the name of them.
I haven't seen the Dead Zone, I haven't seen the World's Strongest, haven't seen
Zone
Tree
is
of
what I
Might,
was
I haven't seen any of those. I've seen the abridged versions though.
I mean, most of them aren't that great, to be fair. I liked what's it called? My favorite is probably I don't know either the Janemba one or the last one. Probably the Janemba one. But the Janemba one does not fit anywhere in the canon. It is like impossible to canonize that movie.
Well, so is Tree of Might because it's like they're supposed to be
Yeah,
on.
like even worse with that one. Like out of none of them fit really fit in the timeline anywhere. But out of all of them, the Janemba one's the worst for that.
I mean, Dead Zone kinda does.
Yeah, but it also has the plot hole of the characters you see sort of knowing about Gohan in that movie and then not knowing about him at the beginning of Z.
True.
Other
Maybe
than
they
that,
just forgot.
I feel like if it weren't for that, Dead Zone would fit absolutely fine into the canon.
What about like Cooler's Revenge?
Cooler's Revenge could happen, but it would be weird because it would have to be during the time when the Cell games are sort of
No,
up
because
and
I
coming.
thought it happened like in like the right after Frieza dies, right?
I think the way it is, it would have to be because Vegeta can turn Super Saiyan in that movie, so it would have to be after the androids have arrived, but it can't be. It can't be before the end. It can't be after the end of the Cell Saga because Goku's also still alive in that movie. So it seems to be after they've trained in the time chamber, but before the Cell games have started. But they never actually mentioned the Cell games, so I guess you would have to assume that it takes place in the sort of period of time where they're sort of
I
waiting
think
for.
it takes place like while they're before they fight the androids, like training for the androids.
No, it can't take place there because Vegeta's a Super Saiyan.
But why wouldn't he not be a Super Saiyan before the androids? Because like you could assume that like while he was training, he.
But no, because the thing is, Trunks has got his post time chamber outfit on. Vegeta, none of the characters reacts to Vegeta being Super Saiyan like it's a new thing.
Okay.
It doesn't fit anywhere really. It has the characters sort of in the state they were after Time Chamber but before Perfect Cell, but it also doesn't really canonically fit there fully either.
Show me your will to fight,
None of them really fit.
or I'll destroy
The second and
this
third ones don't fit. Tree of Might definitely doesn't fit.
What is going on?
He'll destroy the entire universe.
I thought I was fighting myself for a second.
Basically, this entire story arc is Brawly just randomly meets the entire main cast on their own and murders them one at a time.
The best story arc. That should be in the actual show.
And they're just always fighting him one-on-one every time.
John Wick, but if it had good action.
The reason the Janemba movie doesn't work at all is because in that movie, Goten and Trunks can fuse into Gotenks, but everyone on Earth is still alive. Goku is dead. Vegeta is also dead though, so the Buu saga would have to have already started. but everyone is just living on
Maybe
Earth.
they knew how to do Gotenks before they even learned the fusion dance.
No. Because that was part of the whole story, was them trying to learn it. It also doesn't make sense that Vegeta's acknowledged as dead, yet Boo is not a thing at all in this movie. And Goku can turn Super Saiyan 3 as well. So clearly he would have had to have visited Earth already as well. No, I don't know. The only one that really can fit anywhere in the timeline is the last Dragon Ball Z movie. Because that is the only one which doesn't have some kind of canonical absurdity in it, which makes it impossible to fit anywhere. Mostly because it takes place after Boo's been defeated, so there's a lot of wiggle room, I guess. It'd be pretty hard to mess up the canon at that point.
No way!
They also try to explain where
Damn
Trunks...
it!
Never mind.
No, say that again.
It's okay. I was just gonna say they try to... No, I'll wait. I'll let you concentrate a bit. I don't want to...
No, it's fine. I just got bad luck.
I was just gonna say, it's like that part... in the last Dragon Ball Z movie, like Wrath of Hildegarn or whatever it's called,
I thought it was called Part Way of the Dragon or something.
Way of the Dragon, that was it. The villain's name is Hildegarn, or maybe not, I don't know, I might be making that up. But basically, one of the things in that movie is that it sort of explains how Trunks gets his sword, but it also doesn't really explain it because it explains how Trunks in that timeline gets his sword, but it doesn't make any sense for how he could possibly have it in the timeline where he actually comes from and has the sword.
The Trunks History Special is probably the best film, though. Dragon Ball film.
Yeah. I actually wasn't that... I feel like I'm one of the few people on the planet who's just not particularly moved by it. I don't know. Somehow it just didn't do much for me. Not that I have anything against people who like it. It's not even that I didn't like it, I just wasn't particularly impressed by it. I was indifferent to it, I guess.
Wrong one.
Uh-oh. Oh.
What was that just now? No way!
Yeah, this game really nailed
Yeah.
particle effects and stuff like that.
What? You can't fight anymore.
I wonder if they'll make a new Dragon Ball show soon.
Get out of my sight.
Eventually. Clearly there's a demand for it. There will always be one. I want them to... one day I kind of hope they do like a real remake of Dragon Ball Z. Not like Dragon Ball Kai, but like an actual fully redrawn remake.
Yeah, but I want them to do the original as well.
Yeah. Problem is the original doesn't do that. I don't know, they would have to For some reason, the English speaking audience never latched onto the original Dragon
There's
Ball.
not enough action in it.
Super Saiyan's Clash. Burst limit stinks.
Hey, freak!
Does it?
What do you think you're doing?
Yeah, they made an okay multiplayer game and didn't finish it, and made a boring story mode that reuses the same 5 animations over and over.
What's wrong? I thought you were better than this. Or maybe I've just become too strong for you.
Or
it had a cool opening though.
maybe I'm just too epic for you, Broly.
You will now face the Saiyan Prince Vegeta!
Yeah, Broly's got a new voice actor now, doesn't he?
I don't know, does he?
Yeah, he's voiced by the guy who plays the Persona 4 protagonist now. Now that Vic Mignogna's
Who's
in
that? Xander Mobius?
Yes, it is Johnny Youngbush.
That's not the Persona 5 protagonist.
Oh, I said Persona 4.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
You and the same voice of you now can't be. I know, because they replaced him in Dragon Ball Fighters, and people were talking about it, let's say.
When did they do that?
Shortly after the scandal came out,
Oh, okay.
they just re-recorded his English lines for Fighters. I don't really know what the deal with that whole thing is, because, like, he was found pretty much decisively guilty in court, but a ton of fans are, like, insisting that he's innocent. I don't really know. I haven't really looked into it.
Well, court is based on the jury, so it's not like...
Apparently he was found pretty much as decisively guilty as you can be in court. And I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, but that wasn't a criminal court, that was like a civil case where like...
Well, I know he's out of the industry more or less, as far as I know.
Yeah.
You go! What?
I don't know. I mean, he didn't really voice that many characters that I knew. I never really got into Full Metal Alchemist, and I mean, he voiced Birder in Dragon Ball Kai, but they'll probably just get Christopher Sabat to play him again now.
Or Shrek.
Dragon Ball, I think it's really cool the way they do the animation in Dragon Ball Fighters. It's like the closest you could hope for like an actual 2D art style game that isn't I know it's not 2D, but it's like the next best thing, I feel.
Yeah.
Hey, freak!
I think this looks good as well, though.
Oh yeah, no, this does. I mean, but with fighters, it's cool because if you actually, I don't know if you've seen those videos where they like break the mod the camera and like detach it, but they actually like dynamically grow and like enlarge and shrink parts of the characters' bodies to do like camera perspective tricks to make it look more like the anime for like some of the cinematic moves.
I just wish there was an option to make it run at like 60 FPS.
I think it does run at 60 FPS. Just
No, the animations are 24, so...
Oh, but they move at 60. Like the movement, the game itself is running at 60, and like the movement and the input and stuff is all 60. The reason the characters animate like that is because they want it to be more like the anime.
Yeah, I know.
I think it works personally. Brawly.
Prepare yourself.
So a VTuber that I follow is had a collaboration with One Piece announced. Well, they actually did a song and they released it like as a collaboration for like,
Oh, that's cool.
and it sort of gave away the fact that there's a certain I'll say this, I guess a certain transformation happens for a certain character.
Yeah, I'm aware.
You're finished.
Well, it's like
I've
a new,
read the manga, so
like the new one.
You are worthless.
I'm not.
is this related to the anime or the manga? Because if it's in a manga, then I might not.
The anime's just reaching it.
Yeah, you mean Gear 5, right?
Yeah, Gear 5, yeah.
Yeah, I'm very aware.
Okay. I'm just saying, like, I wasn't sure. I mean, I didn't know if you were, like, up to date with the manga.
Yeah, I am pretty up to date. Not completely up to date, but like.
Well, I didn't know that because I don't know if you ever told me before, so.
Oh well. Let's beat this game.
Yeah, this is the last mission.
There's also a bonus one as well.
My name is
I don't know if that's an actual mission.
It's not my wallet. It's not my wallet.
I am going to tear you up.
What's that?
Patrick.
Cannot allow him
Oh.
to live.
I saw that they did the Patrick Star spin-off, did like a Nostalgia Critic parody.
Won't lose.
Oh yeah, I saw that too. Yeah, I haven't
Bubble
seen
Bass.
much.
I'll kill you.
He straight up gave Bubble Bass the Nostalgia Critic outfit and made him like an online reviewer. He like criticizes shows and stuff.
I have no interest to watch that show. I feel like it's just... I saw the new episode of Futurama though.
Was it good?
It was okay. It was better than the last season, but it's very meta. It's a bit too on the nose.
Too much
If
fourth wall breaking and stuff.
Yeah,
You gotta
well,
earn wall
not
break.
really fourth wall breaking, but more meta. Just like making references to like real life and stuff.
Well, like that. Well, people say the Scooby-Doo Velma thing did that. I never saw
The
it.
entire plot is based around binge watching TV shows.
Oh.
Well, the Velma show is very bad, yeah.
You ever played the Futurama game on PS2?
I played a bit of it, but I got stuck at the beginning.
Yeah, it's not very good.
Is it
It's way
not?
too hard as well. It's not a good game.
Yeah, I got stuck at the beginning, so I didn't understand what I was meant to do. So.
I remember the story being pretty funny though. I just think the actual game is garbo.
They made a joke. It was like, what's the deal with non-binaries? And then all the computers were like, boo, and then they said, not a PC crowd then, I guess. And the joke was that they were Macs, not PCs.
I don't know about that.
I thought it was pretty funny.
I think it's kind of clever, I guess.
And they had all these like Hulu shows that were like robot versions, like Black Mirror was like Broken Mirror, and it was like Twilight Zone.
Oh.
Because they already did an episode parodying the Twilight Zone on Futurama before. And it was like a guy was in his car, in his Tesla, and then the Tesla they swapped places and he became the voice assistant. That was the make you think moment.
Excuse me.
It's not the best jokes, but it is pretty funny, I thought.
Yeah. Fair enough. Hey, who's writing it? Is it Matt Groening or is it just different people?
Just a lot of different people. I think David X. Cohen is doing an episode. But it has like the same intro and stuff and like the same ending credits stuff. And all the original voice actors sound exactly the same, so it's very much a continuation of what already came.
I did see the finale of Futurama. Well, the original finale, rather.
You mean for the 2013 season?
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, whatever. The one that ends with, like, Fry and Leela's being stuck in the time loop.
Yeah, yeah. I've seen all the episodes. Like, I watched them a couple of years ago. I definitely thought, like, the later seasons were really not great. Like, the Comedy Central episodes were really, like...
Yeah.
Not that funny. But the early episodes were really good.
I can't think about Futurama without thinking about the fact that Rayman is voiced by Philip J. Fry in the cartoon.
Which cartoon?
There was a Rayman TV series that, like, they made 3 episodes of it, but then it got cancelled, but they were released on VHS, and, Billy West voiced Rayman in that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It wasn't
But
very
he also
good.
voiced Bugs Bunny in Space Jam.
Did he?
I think so, yeah.
Is that true? What the... Yeah, you're right, it was Billy West. And Elmer Fudd as well, apparently.
And he voiced Shaggy from Scooby-Doo for a bit. He's done a lot of voices. He's very
Sounds like
voice-horrific.
This actually suddenly is a little bit less far-fetched that he's Rayman, because I kind of had the idea that he'd, like... I didn't know he was known specifically for being a voice actor, because I didn't know much about him, truthfully. I just kind of assumed that... I don't really know what I assumed, actually. I don't know, but knowing he was in a
Assumed
lot of...
he wasn't as big as he might be before.
No, I know, I thought he was... I want to say I thought he was bigger, but I also don't know if that's the right way. I didn't know that he was in so many different cartoons, I guess.
Alright.
Knowing that suddenly makes more sense that he would have...
Yeah, but did you know that Globox is the voice of Sid the Sloth and Luigi from the Mario movie?
Yeah, you've told me like 4 times.
Yeah,
I didn't before you told me, though, to be fair. You mentioned it many times while we were playing it, too.
Mario and Luigi Mario.
Yep.
That move is so powerful.
See, how hard would it have been to take like this background and just get rid of the hyperbolic time chamber?
So hard, they would have all died if they tried to.
Like, it seems like even when it comes to reusing the assets they've already got, they could have been a lot more resourceful. I don't know. They must have really been under a lot of time crunch for this game.
Yeah, they only had 2 weeks to make it.
Feels like they made the game and then rushed every single thing else. Like the fact that you unlock everything just by doing the story mode, like every single character and everything. Because in Budokai 3, it's actually a pretty time costly thing to unlock all the characters. A lot of them are like secret and stuff like that.
Yeah, they are. Which is why I can't actually get them all.
Yeah, like a lot of them, it's like you have to find this specific scene at this point in the story and stuff like that.
I feel like it's a bit of a cop tease that they have like Pan at the title screen, but they don't have her as like the actual character in the actual game. Like she only appears as, like you would think that if she's in like the title screen, that they would have more of a presence than like that's it.
They didn't have a ton of GT. Actually, the funny thing is that
Yeah, GT's like dead in Budokai 3, really.
yeah, but in Infinite World they added quite a lot of GT.
Yeah, they did. But like, I thought Budokai 3 was meant to be the GT game, like, because they had Boo Saga and Budokai 2, so you'd think they would have GT in Budokai 3, but they don't really
No, it
have
was
it.
more so that they expanded into having stuff from the movies and Budokai 3. Well, even then, actually, they didn't have that much from the movies. They only really had Crowley and
Oh, come on, I died again. I feel like nobody really played Infinite World. I don't think Infinite World did that well, did it?
I think quite a lot of people did. I don't think it was as big as Budokai 3, but there were a lot of like combo videos and stuff for that game that I remember seeing.
I don't know why they didn't just call it Budokai 4.
Well, because it controls slightly differently, like they changed the way the controls are, but it is basically Budokai 4, yeah.
I think it might have sold better if it was called Budokai 4, because people would have
Maybe.
thought.
They lost some characters, like they lost OG Dragon Ball Goku and replaced him with GT Goku.
How dare you? Well, they're very, very similar.
They're similar, but they also, I don't know.
GT Goku has different hair.
They have different moves as well, and have different attacks. Like, there's no regular Goku. GT Goku doesn't have, like, the power pole.
Yeah, OG Goku doesn't have the dog.
They also had GT Vegeta in, Infinite World. I don't know if they had Pan, though.
They did.
In Infinite World?
Yeah.
Who did they have? I know they had Super 17. Dragon Ball Z Infinite.
They even had Rob from the Mario. Rob the robot.
Yeah, they had Dragon Ball GT, Gogeta.
It's very confusing how there's multiple Gogetas.
Oh, they had Baby, specifically just Super Baby 2.
Baby sucks. I hate Baby.
GT Goku with Super Saiyan 3, and Super Saiyan 4. They had Janemba.
Wait, GT Goku. Never mind.
What?
I was like, GT Goku Super Saiyan 4, that doesn't make any sense, but then I realized that that's just normal Super Saiyan 4, isn't it?
Yeah. Janemba.
Don't know who that is. Oh my god! Leave me alone!
Oh, they did have Pen, yeah. I noticed that. Pycon. Forgot they had Pycon.
Pickon.
Oh, Picon. Somehow I thought they pronounced it. Don't they pronounce it Pycon in the show?
I don't know, but I pronounce it Pickon. Because it's
really
like Piccolo, Pickon.
Super 17 and Vegeta GT, who only has Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 4. Nothing else, nothing in between. Oh, and he has both the base form as well.
Can I kill you? Can I kill you? Can I kill you? Yes! I killed him. Oh, that was...
I know they had some characters in Budokai. Oh, you did it. Good. Good job. They had some characters in Budokai 1 that were never in a Budokai game after that. Like, they never had Android 19 or Dodoria or Zarbon in Budokai 2 and 3, but they were in Budokai 1. Oh yeah, and for some reason they added giant troll to this scene.
Giant troll?
Well, you'll see what I mean. They add a really big troll moment. In a sec.
No one can stop me. No one. My power is rising, overflowing.
I can't wait to see it.
All that's left is the planet itself. I'm going to destroy this pitiful universe.
Shut up. Every single word that comes out of Brawly's mouth just makes him sound more boring and uninteresting. I am strong. Yeah, here. Look at this. Turns Super Saiyan 2, but that's it. You can't play as it. And that's just where it ends. Goku turns Super Saiyan 2, and you never get to play as it, and that's it.
Have a relaxing vacation.
Isn't that stupid, though, that they put Super Saiyan 2 in the story in a cutscene and they don't make it a transformation for Goku?
Maybe they were like... Maybe they were going to do it as like Burst Limit 2. Maybe it was like a teaser for Burst Limit 2, but they never actually got to that part. Or maybe they were going to do DLC, I don't know.
Also, these credits are weird because they show some strange... You'll see what I mean. Look here. Those are Budokai 1 models. Well, actually, I
Are
don't know.
they?
If they're not, but no, they're not. But still, like, oh, maybe they are. I don't know what the hell that is.
Weird
But yeah,
dancing.
you'd never see Grade 8 Vegeta or Yajirobe in this game, so I don't know what they're doing there. You do see Raccoon. None of the other Ginyus, though.
Do you see quality control?
I mean, I guess the game's not buggy per se. Like, it's not glitchy. It doesn't feel unfinished. It doesn't feel unfinished in that it feels like they didn't finish programming it. It feels just unfinished in how little there is in the game. But it like works. I can't wait to see Mecha Freezer in the credits and not in the game.
Frontworks Japan Inc. I forgot this game was done by Atari before they switched to Bandai Namco.
Oh, look,
How come the publisher switched from Atari to Bandai Namco?
I don't know. Couldn't tell ya. Oh, look.
Crunchyroll now.
What is with these scenes of the random screenshots of people like dancing?
I don't know, it's very weird.
I don't remember that at all.
Maybe they are trolling us.
Well, the Super Saiyan 2 thing definitely felt like a troll.
I love this music.
I mean, I don't have the sound on, but it is good music. If it's the first thing.
Question, is there an arcade mode in Budokai Tenkaichi 3? And do you get something for doing it with every single character?
I gotta be completely honest, I actually don't remember. I weirdly don't remember a lot of Tenkaichi 3 in terms of like the story.
Because in like Smash Bros, like you could do like single story mode for every single character.
No, I don't think it's like that. I think maybe, I think at least one of the Tenkaichi games was like that. Maybe Tenkaichi 2, or maybe Tenkaichi 3. I'm not sure. I'm unsure.
So do the characters in Tenkaichi 2 and 3 play the same, or is it like, the characters?
They pretty much play the same in all three of them. It's just that you get extra functionality in each one. It's just like, it just feels like each one is just a more developed version of the last one, basically.
Yeah, so it's like an update, basically.
Yeah. Really, Tenkaichi 3 should have just been the only one.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like FIFA. You just get the newest one, or like get the old one. It's the same thing, really. What is bonus?
I think this is... Oh, it's just the video. Video recap. Showing
Is it both? Is it both recaps?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Movie 2. Okay, I got it.
And then, well, I guess that's it.
I want to see if I missed anything. Probably not, but I'm just gonna check.
No, you definitely didn't. Except for whatever these things are. Just like summaries of how well you've done.
Now we do it on hard mode. V mode.
And your reward for doing it is absolutely nothing.
I did get the option to not play it again. I don't understand why they have like the Saiyan saga as like its own saga, but really it's so short. Why is it even considered a saga?
I don't know. I guess because it's technically because it's separated from Namek, I guess. I don't know.
But then they have like the Cell and the Cell cycle with Android, even though like the Android part is longer than the same part.
I don't know. Alright, I'm gonna head out. Thank you.
Alright, bye bye.
Bye-bye.
We could play something again soon, I guess. Maybe this weekend. Bye bye.